Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly, and today we're going to do a quick measurement of how to draw a face. And this is a 9 by 11 piece of paper. It comes from the mixed media, watercolor, whatever kind of pad you can get at your local craft store, AC Moore, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Joann's, whatever. You usually can use a coupon, and they're on sale quite a bit. So we have that, and we have just a regular ruler. So what we're going to do is, this is about 3 inches down. It's not going to really matter, but we're going to draw lines going across. Now make these as straight as you can. Now I'm going to tell you, this is a disclaimer. I have RA and fibro, amongst other things, and I'm on quite a bit of medication. Sometimes I'm a bit off. These might be off a little bit. I don't let it get to me. So if you are just learning and do not have any of these impairments, you make sure you do your best to get that as straight as you can. If you are like me and a bit off, which I'm the first one to tell you I am, don't worry about how spot on it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're just going more for the structure of it. So just go with it. Don't get yourself upset. Don't think, oh, I can't do that. My hands don't work that well. This doesn't, that doesn't. Just do as I'm telling you to do. Do it to your best, the best of your ability. And you'll get the same type of result once you see where we're going. Okay, that's my disclaimer. So this is for all of us, everybody. So I have my ruler. You can get that, like I said, at the dollar store. And I'm going to do as straight as I can, but I'm just going to take it straight across. And I'm going to take and if you want to be fancy schmancy, I'm going to tell you, if you go up here with your ruler and measure down, this is 2.5, right? So you can mark 2.5. Then keep moving over just a little bit at a time and keep marking 2.5. Now you can see my 2.5 kind of goes down here. So you can see I'm going downhill a little bit. But if you're fancy, extra fancy today, you can just keep moving it across. And then all you have to do is connect the lines. I'm not doing that because I'm just not gonna, I just probably can't do that. All right, so now take your ruler and line it against the line that you just drew. Don't worry if it's not all the way straight, it doesn't matter. And draw your line straight across. Okay, now let's do that again. We're just going to put our ruler up here and we're just going to do it straight across. And then we'll do a couple more. We don't need to go down on the page. That's why it doesn't really matter. Use a scrap paper. Use whatever paper you have. All right, so that's how far we're going to go. Now what we're going to do is divide these into half. So measure, go in the middle and measure essentially what they are. And just put a line where you think, like maybe where the middle is going to be. Doesn't have to be spot on, remember. We're just going, the best that we can. I can see it. You can see that I'm off there. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Not going to worry about it. So I can go like this. Maybe I'll do this instead. Go like that. Yeah. Not going to worry. I'll do the same thing here. Just so you have a general idea where the middle is. Does it have to be spot on? No. Now take your ruler. And I always have to turn things this way. Like, as you can see, I should try to keep it as straight as possible, but I always have to turn it towards me. And then what we're going to do is just do another line. And do another line. And you can always fix it a little bit if you think it's a little off. It doesn't matter. Okay. So you see we have our lines now. All right. So go in. You can see I have these lines where I thought I was going to draw, but I didn't. And I'm just going to go in real quick and erase them because that'll get me a little crazy. Okay, so now we're going to split this in half. So take your paper, measure how wide it is, and mine is 9, so I know it's about 4.5 is going to be the half. Now you can go down and do 4.5, all the way down if you want a perfectly straight line. I'm not going to worry about it. It's about just learning the basics, right? And make sure you're, as straight as you can be. No worries. And I have my line. Okay, so we're going to draw our eye in. Now, essentially, now we're doing more of a whimsical folk arty kind of girl. So we're not going to worry too much. But the general rule is if your eye's an inch, you should have an inch in between and then an inch again for your eye. So let's do this. We're going to make a ½ inch on each side of this line. Okay, so I'm going to put it on 1, right? 1 inch. And I'm going to go right here. And I'm going to go right here. For those are my basic ½ inch, you know, an inch altogether, but ½ inch on each side of the line. That's what you want to do. Then you want to go and take your ruler and you want to make it an inch over this way. So you see we have an inch from this line to this line. Mark it. And we're going to do the same thing over here. I just put the 1 inch on that line and then I will mark right there. So do you see how we got now? We have our, this will be our eye, this will be our eye, and that's the basic of the middle. Then we're going to take our ruler again and we're going to put it on the line and we're going to go down. I'm going to tell you about, let's see, this is an inch, maybe an inch and a half. Let's go down an inch and a half and just mark on that line an inch and a half, just so you have a general idea. And then we're going to go down one more ½ inch. So ½ inch will be here. Okay, now we might make that an inch. We'll play with that more when we go to it, but let's do that. And this is just going to be our whimsy face. So first what you're going to do, we're going to leave all these lines and everything. You're going to take your pencil. Here's our first line here, right? You're going to make an eyelid. So you're going to start here and make your eyelid there. You're going to do the same over here and make your eyelid there. So you're about the same size, both eyes. Now, if you want to be fancy, you can do a ½ inch from here, from this line. And we'll do, let's see. Let's do a ½ inch. So you can mark it if you want to mark going straight across how high you want your eyelid to go. That's kind of fancy right now for now, but if you want to do that, then you can. All right, so we have our eye, and let me just erase that fancy line. Okay, so now we want to do our bottom if you're making an almond shape. Now, I'll do another video where I do the straight eye, but for now we're just going to do an almond shape. So what you're going to do, take your ruler, take it halfway into like where you want the bottom of your eyes to be. Okay, you see? Maybe like a ½ inch. And then start at the line, the halfway line, and just kind of go down a little bit. And do it on both sides so you know. And then I like to put a little, very light line right there. And I'll tell you why in a second. So you can see the line right there. But what I want to do is I want to stay on that line, but I want to kind of make it curved. A little curved. And see how we did that? Just kind of, you still have your base and it tells you where to go. And your eraser is your best friend, so don't forget that. So we basically have the eye. Now what we want to do is erase inside, let me see, this line inside the eye. We're not going for perfection, we're just going for a base face. Because once you get these basics down, then you'll be going nuts making your own faces. Believe me, I've seen so many people. Now I'm just going back in with my pencil just to darken that. So now the nose. So I'm going to erase this. I can still see where it's at. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put in, I'm going to make it a little bigger so you guys can see it on here, but just a wide U. And then I'm going to just make it like that. You see, I have it go up. It's almost like you're making a bat, right? And then I'm going to put the sides of the nose on, which is like a parentheses, like this. Again, I'm making it a little bit bigger than you need to, but you also can do this. Let me see. So we did that. So let me show you the other way to make it a little bit more. All right, we have our line. So you can do the circle. Let me just put these in. So we're going to do, you do a round circle here. So it's the line's going down the middle. And then you're going to do, here's our line right here. And you're going to just do 2 small circles. So it'll be smaller. Now I'm doing it bigger for you guys so you guys can see better. So you see how it only goes up halfway. And that becomes your nose. So then you'll go in and you will erase. And you can keep the ball of the nose in there if you want, but I don't. I erase the tops off. This is like the best way to get started so you have a nose. I'm going to do the lines off. I erase it down to like where I can kind of see it, but not really all that leads on there. You do whatever way, you know, you like. And I'm just going to go in and just trace that again. And look, see how you have a nose? Now, that's just a basic nose. Now, what you can do, this is the side of the nose. So what I like to do, and you can make your sides smaller, bigger, it doesn't matter. You know, you're just making it, and we're going to take up, like our eyebrows are going to go here, just up over the eyes a little bit. I'm just going to sketch them in. And you see, I'm just doing a line. I'm not worrying about the eyebrows right now. But what the nose does is it goes up into the eyebrow. You see? And now you can play to make these as big or as small as you want them. Like I said, I'm doing a little bigger because we're on, so you guys can see them on the video, but you can play and make it as big or as small as you want. All right. Then we're going to go to the lips, and the lips are kind of the same thing. So go to your line on your lips. If they're too close, just move them down because we're just playing here. We have our line, make it a little wider like that. And then what you're going to do is put a circle on this side and a circle and make them touch, but you're doing a circle on both sides. And then an oval. Now, when you guys are drawing, I advise you guys to do it big on your paper, just because that's why you're getting the sizes. So now you see these. So now what I'm going to do is this intersection right here, that's going to become my lip. So I'm going to take it down to the line. Take it down to the line. And then I'm going to take this, but I'm going to go here and I'm going to just scoop it up. And we'll fix all that when we're done. But there you have the outline of your lip. So now you can erase this stuff. And this is just for a basic lip. I'm not getting too much into anything but drawing the outer part. And then you can, you know, you could do your separate lip there. You want to make your lip on the outside a little bigger? Go ahead, because you have the basic form of it now. So now it's when you make it to what you want it to be. And now you have your lips. So this is a very basic. Like I said, we can go into a more stylized nose. And if you don't want to do a nose, just leave it at this. Just leave it at that. You know? Or just make your bat. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't matter. Whatever way you want to do it. Now we have the eyes. So now we're going to do eyelids. So I take it from this corner and just follow it to that corner. This corner, follow it to that corner. Very simple. Our eyes are always in the middle of our, when they're looking straight. If you're doing a 3/4 and all that, that's a whole other thing. I'm just doing straight, you know, looking. So I'm going to go in and put the circles for the eyes. And it's just like that. And it's just like that. And look, we're having eyes, pupils. Now we need our pupils. So I'm going to go straight in and just put a dot. Straight in and put a dot. And that, now if we do our pupils right there and just make them, it's going to make her look a little bit more I don't know. You don't want to make them too big. If you want them to be, I don't know how to explain it. Watch. All right, so I just go around that same circle I have there so I know, and I just go around in circles. Just like that. So that's a good look. Like I said, this one's a little off, but you get the point. And then we can, if you want it to be even like of a sleepy look, or a sexy look, or are you kidding me look? No, I don't know. What you would do is put your, there we go, your eyeballs, and then what we'll do is we'll put it up here. And you see how it just gives a sleepier look? And then this becomes your eyelid. And you have a very, very quick face. Now, what I do, you know, you don't want the chin too long down here. So this line right here, that's going to be kind of where your chin is. Now, you can make it, you know, a little bit longer. It's totally up to you. But I start right by the eye. And I just take it down and kind of take it to where I know my chin's going to go. And the same thing over here. And this is where you could play a little bit. You want to make it a little wider, till you get kind of where you want it to be. And then you can do, now maybe I want it a little like wider here, so I'll take it. And then when I erase, this is how you'll know. Remember, everybody's face is different, so don't worry. You're just trying to, you know, you're just trying to find your way. Go like that. I'm just tracing. And we're just going to make it like that. And if you want to put eyelashes, I'm not great at eyelashes, not going to lie. But you just kind of, you know, flick them. You know, that one's a little curvy. That's what I've been working on. So eyelashes, once I get the drift of it, I'll teach you how I learned. So, you know, just very eyelashy. You don't have to, though. And then decide her hair. So, you know, maybe you want her to have bangs. Maybe I always go up like this and take it down when I'm just showing. And then there's her neck. And her neck can be as long or whatever as you want it to be. And you see how when you put everything together, you get your first face. Now, you could put like, you know, little chin there. You can, like I said, you could do some more eyelashes. And when we erase our lines, and I'm not going to go all out and erase everything, just a few. You see how you have a basic face. That's it. And then you go from there. Then you go into, you know, coloring. And like I said, if you want to do the, let's see down here. So if I do the eyes, right? And then I go to do the nose and I do this kind. You see, I got that. And then I put the nostrils in. So you guys can see that. And then this goes up, starts there. So that's a completely different nose. Then you can color or shade whatever way you want. There's just so many different ways that you could do it. You want to start off like that and then put like just a little bit. And then look how that looks. So, I mean, there's so many different ways. I think for now, you know, if you want to try this way, this is just a basic nose. Nothing fancy. You can go in and color it, take some of that off, whatever. But you definitely, you can see there's so many different ways to do it. So that'd be your choice. But this is just a basic face. So I hope this helps you guys who asked for it. I have a lot of these on my channel that I do. But most importantly, I just want to tell you that if you are disabled or have any kind of injury or whatever to your hands, this is the best way to do it. And just start off and don't get upset with yourself. Just do the best that you can. I bet you guys can do it. So if you like seeing these, give me a thumbs up. Share me around to other people who might want to learn these type of things. I love you guys so very much. And as always, please be kind to each other. You never know about how somebody else is fighting. And I will be talking to you again soon. Bye-bye.